So that was a crazy situation that happened a couple days ago with these two kids at a high school football game. I've been hearing a lot of different stories that's been going out about this situation. So this video should give us a little better insight on it, man. RIP to the live lost in this situation. It is a crazy situation. And yeah, man, let's get into the video, man. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the situation in the comments as well. And let's get into it.
Student stabbed to death at a track meet.
The victim's father says his son died in the arms of his twin brother.
High school community gathered tonight in grief after the stabbing death of a teenager at a track meet.
Another teenager, a student at Frisco Centennial, is now charged with the murder.
He was going to turn out to be a great individual and impact this world with positivity. Track, he was doing everything right. I was so proud. And his brother was holding him, trying to hold the blood in, and he passed. My son watched his brother die in his arms.
It's unclear how Anthony got the knife into the meat or what exactly led up to the fight. Anthony is now facing first-degree murder charges, and Jeff Metcalf
It was the best weekend ever.
is only left with memories.
I was able to watch and be blessed so much. But having both my sons are amazing.
When Jeff Metcalf was diagnosed with cancer 9 years ago, his boys were his strength. Now cancer-free, it's his faith that's keeping him strong.
And when I kissed his forehead today, as his body was cold, I ran my fingers through his hair. I told him it's not goodbye. It's see you later. I'll join you at some point too, son. You just beat me to this place.
I feel like if I was talking to my grandmother about this situation, may she rest in peace, she'd quote, "That boy done lost his everlasting mind." Looking back at my experience in high school, it's a time when most of us feel like we grown, but in actuality, we not. If you played sports and you was the star, 9 times out of 10, you was the man in high school. In fact, most of us know this already. In high school, you got this thing called popularity. Now, I'll let you guys let me know how you feel about popularity. But what comes with that is habits at a very early age. For the ones that was popular, it seems it comes with a sense of entitlement that can, believe it or not, turn into a negative in your life later on down the line. And not all, but for some of the ones who was quote-unquote not popular, they can develop habits like jealousy and envy. And we all know, if that's not rectified at a very early age, that can hinder you from success later on down the line as well. And in this story, you got some people coming out saying this is a clear sign of jealousy, envy. But on the other hand, you have some people who say this was a young kid who lost his life after feeling entitled. Now, I'm not here to let you guys know how I feel, but I am here to present the facts and see what you guys believe this was at the conclusion. So before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Fam, today we talk about 2 high school students. Both play football. In fact, they both play the same position, a linebacker. But one stand out more than the other. One of the students have D2 offers, which is still great. Look at people like Uncle Shannon Sharp, who went to Savannah State, which is a D2 college, but now is an NFL Hall of Famer. But the other have a little more upside. He's the MVP on his team and captain. In fact, he have D1 offers, with the chance to reach new heights he can only dream of. But after a nice day on the first week of April, at just 17 years old, both teenagers' lives would be cut short over a seat. Fam, today we go to Frisco, Texas, where a high school student is facing murder after Frisco police say he fatally stabbed a student during a confrontation at a high school track meet. The incident took place April 2nd, 2025 on Wednesday at QY Kendall Stadium at around 10 a.m. The victim was identified as Austin Metcalf. He had a twin brother and he was considered the oldest by 4 minutes. Austin was a junior at Memorial High School in Frisco, Texas. He was a linebacker for the football team. He was recently named MVP. He had a part-time job at Halo's Pizzeria. On the second day of April in 2025, Austin and his twin brother, Hunter Metcalf, decided to support the high school track team, which was at the stadium about 30 miles north of Dallas. Now, when the twins got to the stadium, they was looking for a tent that was meant for all high school students that went to Memorial High School. Now, when they got there, they noticed a kid who go by the name of Karmelo Anthony with the K sitting in the section. But he didn't go to Memorial High School. Karmelo went to Frisco Centennial High School. And according to Karmelo Anthony's ex account, he have a handful of scholarships from D.
So these are 2 athletes that did. See, I didn't know all this. These are 2 athletes that did this. So both of them are athletes. I'm thinking the Metcalf boy was just an athlete, but really both of them are athletes. And they crashed out like that? Wait, what's going on?
Schools.
Let me just see.
Now, as Karmelo was sitting under the tent that was intended for Memorial High School, he was approached by the twins when Austin Metcalf allegedly told Karmelo to get up out of his seat. But according to Hunter, who was Austin's twin brother, Karmelo allegedly responded, quoting, "Touch me and see what happened," end quote. But here's where things get tricky, fam. According to Hunter, his twin brother Austin had grabbed Karmelo's book bag, and shortly after, Karmelo had stabbed him. But according to Karmelo, Austin put his hands on him, then he stabbed him. Now, unfortunately after, Austin had lost his life in the hands of his twin brother after being transported to a local hospital. May he rest in peace, and love and condolences to his family. Now, at the time, Karmelo had left the knife on the scene and tried to run away. But he was apprehended shortly after and confessing, not allegedly, I stabbed him, but it was self-defense.
The kid was mad. My son is not here anymore, and I don't understand it.
Just tell me about what happened today.
I don't know. I got a phone call from Hunter. He was screaming that Austin had been stabbed. I was at work, and so I drove. I work in Grapevine, so I drove up to the hospital straight away. I actually beat the ambulance there. Yeah, I saw them have him come out. He was on a lot of machines, and it didn't take long for them to come in to say that he had passed. So, not sure, senseless act of a boy that was in the wrong tent, and my son doing the right thing by telling that boy that he needed to be removed from where he was. And
see, this is the angle. See, this is the thing that I feel like one side of people, and I don't even want to get too deep into it, but one side of people want to say that it's because some people, I'm seeing people say it's because the boy is white and the kid crashed out. But that don't even make sense in this situation, because that just don't make sense. Like, it makes more sense because I doubt he came up to him and just said, "Hey, can you get out my seat?" Or, "Hey, this is my seat. Can you please move?" That's how they tried to make it seem like it happened. But I'm sure he walked up on him. "Hey, bro, you're not supposed to be right here." Like, probably, and he the MVP, captain team. They talking about popularity. He probably walked up and said it in a certain way that made him feel like, and he walking up. It's two of them walking up on a while somebody sitting down, and you saying it like an aggressive. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what happened, but to me, that scene in this situation, it seems more likely of it being in the realm of that than him just walking up and saying it very calmly and just so nice about it. You know what I'm saying? But
just doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's just because the kid was mad, my son is not here anymore, and I don't understand it.
Tell me about Austin. What do you want people to know about your boy?
He was the most amazing kid. Oh, so smart. He had college football guys looking at him to play in college. His goal was to play in college. He just wanted to play football. His life was going to the gym and working out and being a leader on his football team, and he just had such ambitions and a drive that it's hard to find in a kid. And he's just such a good spirit, and so many kids loved him, and his brother's lost his best friend.
Yeah, that's a crazy part too, bro. Twin brother. They said twin brother had him in his arms and everything, bro. Like, I cannot imagine that, bro. A brother, let alone a twin brother. I feel like that connection y'all have is a lot deeper and stronger. You feel me? With a twin brother. You feel me? Send my condolences to him.
They're twins, right?
Yeah, identical twins. Yeah. They've been like, they are the best of friends. Like, just, I'm so worried about my son, because he's gonna have to face this world alone now, because he had a brother that was with him the whole time, and now he's gonna have to do it alone. And I'm just so worried about him. I really am.
Was Hunter with Austin today?
He was. They made him go away when they were doing CPR on him, but he was there when he was stabbed, and he was holding, I guess, the wound to keep it from. He was trying to save his brother. but I think he said he saw when he took his last breath and before the CPR came back in. So for what I heard, he was unresponsive for 5 minutes. They were able to revive him a little, but I think it was too little too late.
What can the community do for your family?
They need to support the kids at the school. Austin was loved by so many people. They need to know that there's other people out there for them and not against them, you know. And Frisco Memorial has got a football program it's in a process, and we want everybody to know that it's a family and they're there together. So, but just to put your arms wrap around the support. This is Hunter. Did you want to talk to him?
Oh, man.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
He's a good kid. We just found a little altercation, and that's really it. But he has a good heart. Everyone knows. Everyone around here knows he's a great kid. He just one mistake from that dude, and just took my brother. He didn't deserve it. No one deserves a loss from a family like that. I know people that lose their family members all the time, but I just didn't know it's gonna be mine so soon. I'm my best friend and my brother my whole life, but if y'all can just like, not y'all, sorry, just like thank y'all for just comforting us, and like the Frisco area has been comforting my family and me, and I just really appreciate everything that everyone's done. It's a really hard loss, but we're gonna get through it with my family, so we'll just stay together. I mean, our relationship is really the tightest I've ever seen in somebody, like between two human beings. I mean, we did everything together, clean the dishes together, do the artwork together, sports, you name anything in the world, it's always us two and one thing. So you're always just basically one person.
Were you guys just a few minutes apart?
4 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Austin was first by 4 minutes. He got stuck in me.
So technically your bigger brother.
Yes, ma'am. He does a lot of big brother stuff around. He's always on my back. Even if I'm in the wrong, he'll always take my side no matter what. So it's just really heartbreaking to see someone that cares for you that much and does everything even by your side no matter what, just pass away like that.
Mm-hmm. Your mom told me that you were there.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't mind, what happened?
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless, and my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." He's like, "Make me move." Austin grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So just that's just what I saw, and I tried to.
So that was the situation. Oh my gosh, man. Oh man, and it's crazy because it's like, man, this is just unfortunate. I ain't gonna lie. This is a situation of, but I mean, he's in high school. It's like depending on where you go to high school at, what you've been through, you know what I'm saying. Up to that point, you might not learn lessons like that yet. You know, I feel like that's like something you get a little bit later, but it's like stuff don't even be worth it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, and it's like, of course, it's easy to say in hindsight, but it's like if you had that lesson and you was able to see, he had that lesson, and unfortunately, it took his life. You feel me? But if you had that type of lesson before, you would know. You feel me? A situation like that, bro. Like, it's no reason really for both of them to be aggressive. But it's like, just let bro sit right there. You feel me? Like, I probably wouldn't even have said nothing, me. You feel me? But that's just unfortunate because regardless, you wouldn't think it would end like that. You feel me? But like I said, it's two. The boy seeing two people walk up on him. It's not just him. It's him and his brother walking up on him. And he's saying it's their area. You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy. That is crazy. Wow.
I tried to help him, but
it was just senseless.
It was really senseless. Really, I don't know why a person would do that to someone just over that little argument. It's just crazy in this world nowadays how people just up and do that. Like, that man has a family. That man has people that care about them all the time, and he did everything for our family too. He was a strong man. He was a strong kid. Real strong. And I know I'm strong too, but he's a little stronger. But he did a lot for our family and a bunch of stuff that we just don't recognize. And it's just like, especially throughout our friends too, like everyone knew, like he was the peacemaker. That's what I'm saying. Like, I heard someone who really makes peace, really calms peace down. He makes everything sail smoothly. And because I get upset, but then he calms me down. He was just always there for me. So it's just really heartbreaking to see like how this happened.
Oh my goodness. And you guys are how old?
17.
17.
Yeah, they'll be 18 in July.
I saw a lot of articles say you guys were 16. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, they're 17.
Yes, ma'am.
Junior?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Austin wanted to play football.
He would have played college football.
He would have. For sure.
He definitely used his mindset, his skill level, his IQ of the game was probably the best I've seen in the Frisco area.
Yeah.
As a linebacker, he was a stud, and I always try to fill those shoes with him and play with him. And I had a blast my whole life playing sports with him. My whole life, it was just me and him always good against people. And last year, it was this year, so it's just really heartbreaking not to see him next year on the field.
I'm so sorry, my love. Oh my goodness. I saw that he won like linebacker of the year.
For the Frisco Memorial, he was
second team all district, which he should have been first.
Yeah.
But it's just everyone knows around this area the impacts of what he does for football and what he does for families and friends. Like, he's just a great guy overall to be around. And
it sounds like some of the stuff we heard, like a Benji Wilson type thing, you know? Because I'm from Chicago. That's what happened here with Simeon, but that was like basketball. But like, man, bro, especially you're an athlete and you got stuff going for you, you got to be moving a certain way. But the crazy thing about this situation, though, is that the dude who did it is also an athlete. Y'all both, it's like both of y'all should have knew better, bro. This is not, come on, man. Both of y'all life is basically is gone. One literally, but the other one is like, you finna be, you know? Man, it's a crazy situation, bro.
hard worker.
Extremely. It's just really hard. It's just really hard to see someone go like that just for like recklessness.
My focus of my story is, of course, on Austin. That is what's most important. But what would you say about the suspect and what's next?
I don't know anything about him. We have nothing to say.
I've never met this kid until right then. It really was under 30 seconds, this altercation. I've never met this kid in my entire life. And it's just...
And to be honest with you, we don't want to give him any recognition or any care, because that's not we're not, we have no desire to have anything to do with that man. Absolutely. So...
If Austin can hear you, what would you say to him?
I'd say, that's really hard, but I'd say a lot of things because I saw him before his last moments and it was just...
How much we loved him. He knew that.
He knew how much I loved him, how much I do for him. I do anything for him.
Yeah.
No matter what. He's called me, I think anything that he needs, I'll do it for him. He's just a great guy, so when you have a great guy, you want people to be around you, they're going to be around you no matter what. Like, he's a great leader. That's why I always want to tell him, like, I always wanted to be like him in that sense. It's like how he just communicates and has great ways with people all the time. And I always looked up to him for like that. He wasn't a big brother in a sense. He was the same age, but he was a big brother to me.
We just want to make sure that everybody knows how much that Austin is going to be still in our lives, as far as in our memories and our hearts forever. You know, it's going to be really hard. This is going to be really hard.
I can see how much you guys love and adore him.
Yeah, I'm really trying not to cry, but it's
No, it's your baby.
Yeah. He was my big baby. He was 225 pounds. Both of them big boys, and I loved movie time with them. They would ask me if we'd watch a movie and sit on the couch, and he'd put his head on my lap, and I'd scratch his back, and he was just, I don't know, he'd tell me things. He was so personable with me, and you know, I knew stuff that most teenagers wouldn't tell their moms. That just things that because we were close, you know, and now it's going to be us wrangling the future together.
I know you were with him till the end, right? Did you hold him the whole time?
I didn't. They yanked me off him.
Yeah, they had to leave. He had to be removed when they did CPR. And then he wasn't able to be in the ambulance with him on the way to the hospital.
So it was just like heart throbbing the whole time, the whole ride on the hospital.
How did you get to the hospital?
My dad came. I called my mom. My mom didn't know. She didn't answer. She was at work, and then she answered my phone. And I told her what happened. She came in right away, and then we drove to the hospital. We're trying to figure everything out.
Yeah, it was hard. That was tough because I beat the ambulance there. I don't even know how that's possible, but I did because I came in from Grapevine.
As far as Karmelo, at 17 years old, he was charged with first-degree murder as an adult, with his bond being set at $1 million. But after 2 days, Karmelo's family had went to Facebook to speak up on his behalf. The truth about Karmelo. Let's set the record straight. Enough with the misinformation. Let's talk about facts. 1. It's normal for all students from different schools to gather under another school's tent. Karmelo had friends there. He wasn't trespassing or looking for trouble. 2nd, the claim that one of the twins had never seen Karmelo before, a blatant lie. 3, no student has the right to remove another student from a school-owned tent. The school owns the tent, not the twins. 4, Karmelo is a track athlete. The twins are not. He wasn't even expecting to see them there. Now here's what they don't want you to know. The twins didn't just ask him to leave. They tried to jump. Before attacking him, they tried to take his belongings, broke his phone, and stomped on it. The twins are known bullies. So ask yourself, if 200-plus attackers came at your child, what would you expect them to do? And yet, despite everything, the media is trying to destroy Karmelo's name. They keep posting a picture of him with an airsoft gun, not even a real firearm, to manipulate the public perception. Why? Because they want to paint him as a...
And that's what I'm saying. I've been seeing, when I first saw the situation, I was seeing them people. I'm like, that's crazy. But then as more stuff started coming out, like I said, I didn't realize the boy was an athlete as well. You feel me? Like,
criminal instead of a victim. Let's talk about who Karmelo really is. A respectful, well-mannered young man, a 4.0 student with multiple college offers, a kid with 0 criminal history, not even a blemish, a son raised in a loving home by parents who taught him right from wrong. A life was lost, and that is tragic. But what's also tragic is the way the media is twisting the story to fit their own agenda. Karmelo defended himself against violent aggressors. This is not a crime. Do not let the media race bait you. Do not let them manipulate the facts. Justice will prevail. Now fam, that post alone had over 12,000 comments and over 29,000 shares. Which lead me to my last question for you guys. Who right and who wrong? Let me know in the comments. We got 2 young kids whose life has changed forever.
Honestly, this one of them things, y'all, we never gonna know unless they really like investigate. But it's like there's not much to unless like I said, unless they gonna investigate that they knew them in the past and stuff, or you know what I'm saying. But like this is stuff only people around there gonna know. Honestly, the kids that go to the school with them gonna know. His brother gonna know. You know, the other boy gonna know. His friends gonna know. The team, like people gonna know. You feel me, around there, because they gonna know. Okay, these kids was known to be, you know, picking on people, or they was a certain way, you know what I'm saying, because they was football players and they was a certain way, and they came up on him aggressive. People that was at the game know if they came up on them aggressive, was they stomping his phone, was they, know what I'm saying, man? So that's not really for us really to try to decide. We just need to be here, man, just saying love to both sides, as far as the suspect and the victim, saying love, saying condolences. Because a life was lost, you feel me, and this is a teaching moment as well. You feel me, to just know when is the right time to be doing something, when it's the right, and when you need to just chill out and be cool. You know, I feel like knowing that in life is very important, because it can get you out of situations like this, or even situations that are similar to this. You know, it could really save your life. So yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Leave a like, hit the subscribe button.
I'm a fault with. Can't no part, all you know is kick back, run for me back, get back, 911. Somebody's son did die, we need police on dispatch. You be with me, nigga, why is you mad? Come and get your bag, everything is on, I'll be